Hello, everyone. This is James Pelton. I am here with AJ from EMP Spark L1 Dex. Good to have everybody. This is a special Sunday edition. I don't usually do Sundays. I usually take Sundays off, but we were going to do this yesterday and I messed some things up. So we moved it to today. Always happy to have AJ on the channel. Again, I always have a good time, always learn a lot. I'm never afraid that EMP or AJ or his team is going to rug pull me. So there's a comfort that comes with that where I can just rest. Oh, phew, they're not going to steal the money. So love having AJ on the team. So everybody who is here today and is watching, please hit like, comment. Let's do special Sunday AMA or something like that. Comment Sunday or something like that. And let me know, do you have a favorite football team? Let's do that because it's Sunday. And that's what people do on Sundays. I like the Eagles. My uncle was from Philadelphia when I was a kid. He brainwashed me, said the Eagles are the only team you can like. So I grew up Randall Cunningham, Ricky Watters, Irving Fryer, et cetera, et cetera. And I've been an Eagles fan since then. And now's a good time to be an Eagles fan. So I'm enjoying these times. So AJ, first off, Vino mentioned AJ got a fresh cut looking, we'll censor it for the Sunday channel, but looking beep sharp. So hey, congratulations, AJ, on the
Right
haircut.
on. Thanks, Vino. Yeah, man, I got it all scalped off today. It's easier to take care of when we're worried about building over here. No time for personal hygiene.
That's
Just gotta keep going, bro. Yes,
who's got time for haircuts when you're trying to
exactly,
build through a bear market. So
exactly.
awesome. We got Crypto Babe here. Good to see you. Good to see you, David. And Dripogity. Good. That's a cool name. So, and Vino, good to see all of you. Say hello if you're here. I like to just see in the comments who's all around. First time without the hat. Yes, absolutely.
For
We got
sure.
another Fly Eagles Fly. So good to see you guys. So, AJ, we'll skip the introduction. Okay. If you don't know who AJ is, you haven't followed my channel very long. AJ's been on many times. So we'll skip the introduction. Okay. This is AJ. He's originally from EMP, was the first project that I had him on for. And then we just developed a friendship and we've just kind of been going since then. But AJ, maybe let's just jump right into what we're talking about here today. So AJ, I'll give it over to you.
Awesome, James. Well, yeah, brother. Happy to be here. As always, it seems like every few weeks we have another opportunity that we like to bring out. Again, I know that it seems like we have a lot going on, which is true that we do, but all of this is part of our entire ecosystem. And we're rolling out very specific things that actually strengthen all of our individual projects even more by having them all linked together. So, today we're going to be talking about our EMP Treasury Bonds, which we're really excited to offer. Again, this is one more spoke in the wheel of success at EMP and everything that we're doing. And yeah, like you said, James, we've had a proven track record. EMP has been going, for 2 years. Yes, token prices are down, but that's just the bear market. And all of this will play into, our resurrection being on a Sunday, right? A resurrection of the
Yeah.
protocol to really make things really powerful. So we'll start with EMP, the bonds, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how it all plays in together. But these are EMP Treasury Bonds, and they are the brand new NFT that we're rolling out. Shout out to Funny Tora. I don't know if he's going to be here today, but he said, "Man, I'd love to invest in an NFT that has AJ on it." So, if my face is on it, you know that it's legit. So, that is why, again, we are very confident that we're going to be able to deliver on this. It is a true bond, just like you would buy treasury bonds from, a government that's backed by their reserves and their treasury. Or their military, but we won't get into that. We don't have a military, but we do have a very strong treasury. So we are offering a 60% APR, which works out to be 5% monthly. Again, we'll talk a little bit about that towards the end here about how you're getting paid out. You're not getting it monthly, but it does work out to be that way, and you can exit early with our internal marketplace. But it's $250 per NFT, and all of these NFTs are fully collateralized by our treasury. So we have had some incredible success rather than just providing exit liquidity for everybody during the bear market, which a lot of protocols did. They blew their treasuries. They spent all the money on buybacks, and now they have nothing to show for it. We made the hard decision to not do that, to not artificially support the price of EMP. We then took our treasury funds and were able to yield through a very special protocol called trade yield, which is another way we're producing these returns. And we were able to essentially double our treasury. So we had amazing success with that. And so again, our bonds are fully collateralized with assets from our treasury. And we're taking this on as a loan protocol. So again, people think a loan means that we're in trouble, but it's really mainly for regulatory reasons where there is no security laws around fixed interest loans. So we took a very conservative return that we think we can deliver on of that 60% APR. And here we are. So again, we're raising about $500,000. There's 2,000 NFTs total. They will be on sale until the end of the month. Um, and then you will start earning once November 1st happens. And then it is a full year fixed rate. So in order to realize your 1.6x or that 60% APR, you will have to wait until the very end to redeem them, which is November 1st, 2024. But like I said a little earlier, we have a marketplace, a peer-to-peer marketplace where you will be able to sell those NFTs for again some price appreciation as we go peer to peer. So a lot of options for everybody, and really this is powerful for EMP overall because obviously we're guaranteeing the yield of that 60%, but the idea is that we're able to make much more than that, and the spread, it doesn't go into our pockets, it goes right back into the protocol. So this will be a major revenue stream for EMP Fusion as well. So, all right, I know it was a lot, James. I'm happy to do some Q&A. We have a big FAQ section as well, but that was a high-level overview of where we're at.
No, I love this. Okay. Very, very informative. I do have several questions. An audience, if you feel like I didn't reach your questions, then please ask your own, okay? Because I have my own things I'm curious about, but you might have other things. So let's start with, okay, just to make sure I have it right, it's 60% APR. So you mint this NFT for 250 bucks. And then November of next year, 2024, you can burn the NFT and you'll get 400 bucks back. Is that correct?
Perfect. Absolutely correct, brother. And yeah, all that we'll have a redemption contract on the same website. Again, you'll come back, you'll burn your NFT, and you will get your USDC. Again, this is USDC in, USDC out. So you don't have to worry about a token price, just fiat or digital currency, fiat equivalent in and out for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then it's going to be collateralized by the Treasury. So the money that comes in, those loans being repaid next year will be collateralized by the Treasury. Can you tell us what the Treasury's at right now?
Yeah, totally. So we have a screenshot. I meant to send it to you, but obviously I'm a little not prepared today. But it's in our Discord and Telegram. We have a screenshot of the Treasury. The majority of the funds are with Crypto.com, which again we'll talk about why towards the end here on how we're able to actually generate yield. But even though they're on Crypto.com, they're in a hardware wallet. So even if Crypto.com were to go down, unless we're inside of a trade, then those funds are safe. So right now the Treasury altogether, and again, some of that is my personal funds as well, but we're at $1.7 million total. So pretty amazing that we've been able to generate that over the last year. Just by not again artificially propping up the price of EMP. The idea is that we were having this entire year as an accumulation phase for people that really believed in the protocol to buy the EMP that they want. And now, as we move into EMP Fusion, which we'll have a whole nother AMA on that as well. But it's basically a much more stable and a much more substantial protocol that will allow us to pay out yield through EMP. Um, and really be, here for the long run. In other words, we're not dependent on people dumping on our heads, or the inflationary model that Tomb Forks have seen. We move into a much more stable and a protocol that you can count on.
Okay, very good. No, thanks for answering that. And we got some good questions from the audience. Let me see. Some of them are the same questions I have, so I love that. Yeah, I was kind of wondering where the money is going to go to, what you're going to be doing with it.
Totally.
Same thing kind of Scott said, is if the treasury's so strong, why is there a need for bonds? So I guess kind of the same question, but where's the money going to be going to?
Absolutely, and I love this question. So really, it's about us scaling. So yes, our treasury is very strong. We're already utilizing funds again to generate yield, and we do it through an institutional trading platform called Trade Yield. And we purposely so just to back up a little bit on this, because I think it's important to give the full background. This is an institutional trading account. There you go, perfect. There's that screenshot through the British Virgin Islands. And Trade Yield is run by a personal friend of mine. His name is Brian, and he's been on some of our AMAs now. And in order to get involved with him, it's usually a $250,000 minimum, and he is an institutional grade trader. And he has actually these relationships with Crypto.com and Bybit, where he is able to do leverage trading on tiers that you and I have never or will never have access to, James. Again, they are prioritizing him because he truly is a market maker. He's doing hundreds of millions of dollars in trade volume, and these exchanges, want these traders to generate volume on their platform. So because he's doing all of this, they're actually giving him negative interest rates. So he doesn't have to pay fees like you and I would do on leverage trading. The platform actually pays him to trade essentially. And so again, these are all the variables that put us ahead of the game and allow us to generate yield on such an amazing level that we're confident in returning. And so, just to answer the question directly, we could just do this, but we have a proven track record now. Again, Brian's been doing this with our treasury for since April of last year, or of this year rather. And so every year, month over month, we've been able to generate very consistent returns. And so now we feel comfortable in scaling. So again, the idea is to have another round of capital that we can make far and above and beyond, the returns that we're giving, which allows the treasury to be even more powerful. So that is why we're rolling out this opportunity. And again, it's a great way to give people a chance to earn. Regardless, I think we're all pretty bullish on crypto, but we all know the power of real yield, where you're not having to speculate on Bitcoin going up or any token for that matter going up in price. With trading, you make money whether the market goes up or down. And James, I know you have your own project. And we definitely have a lot of similarities in the way that we run things for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just in the nature of entrepreneurs to keep expanding. So to keep building again during the bear market, especially, there's so much that's out of our control. Where as an entrepreneur, it's like, okay, well, what can I control? And so I'm sure that's what's going on in
Totally.
AJ's mind, and that's why it's like, okay, let's build another thing. It's like that's all we can do is keep building. And so I love to see it that you always have new stuff. And I tell my audience, you don't have to get, even if you love EMP, love AJ, you don't have to get into they've launched a lot of stuff. And
For sure.
so I understand that, capital's tight at times, but at least worth looking at, and this one would be on kind of the, I'm not going to say safe, but I'll say safer end of things. It's collateralized loan. So it'd be, the less degen, there's not as much risk as there might be in other things. And
Totally agreed.
And maybe I could ask you to talk a little bit about that. What risks do you see? Someone said, what happens if the treasury has trouble? So maybe you could talk through a little bit about what the risks might be for this NFT.
Yeah, no doubt. So when we say that we're fully collateralized, that means that, again, the majority of it is in USDC right now, but we have another account that just holds Ethereum and project tokens as well. Now, obviously, we wouldn't want to sell, EMP or Spark to be able to meet liabilities. That's counterproductive. But we do have reserves that even if Brian, made zero over the next year, we would still be able to pay out the 800,000 again, which is the liability of this bond, without any additional income. And again, it is a calculated risk on our side. Again, everything in crypto has a risk, but we are more than confident. And again, this is not something that we just thought up and wanted to roll out. This is something that we've literally been trying to prove out the proof of concept since April, and we would never ever roll out, an opportunity that we weren't 100% confident that we could deliver. And we use that word guaranteed very sparingly. I mean, this is the only time, other than we did a very similar initiative last year with we called it our ETH staking pool, and so we allowed people to stake their Ethereum on EMP, and we offered again, I believe that was a 30% return in 3 months, so about 10% a month, and that was during the middle of a bear market where ETH went from about 4,000 down to like 800 bucks, and we were still able to deliver on all the liabilities that we said. So we use guaranteed very sparingly, but in this case, we feel like again, even if we're not able to produce any additional revenue, we can still pay out the bonds. So that's yeah. Hopefully that helps answer. Yeah.
Yeah, nope, that's great. So audience, keep questions coming if you have them. We got a lot of good ones rolling in, so let's get through some of these. Scott says, if it's all paid out at the end, should this be classified as a 60% APY, not APR? I think it's just some kind of semantics, but I think actually, I don't know.
Yeah,
AJ,
well,
what do you
yeah,
think?
typically, and again, I'm not an accountant, but typically APY accounts for compounding, and we don't allow compounding. So this is actually a really good question. And again, I want to answer it, but I also want to give my own answer too here. That we that was part of our strategy, where a lot of these other protocols, and some of them are just flat out Ponzi schemes. So that's a whole other topic, but a lot of them say, yeah, we have a trader or they have a bot in the background, and those may be legitimate. It may be a legitimate bot. But what happens is when you allow compounding, it really can get out of control in the long run. And so we have made a decision again on how we're structuring this to be, a fixed APR that doesn't allow you to compound, the 5% you're earning monthly, because that 60% APR would turn into like, I think it's like 180 percent, more than double if you're able to compound. So that is part of what we're doing, and I would say if you're not willing to hold for a year, this NFT might not be for you. But we do have options again with that peer-to-peer marketplace that you can kind of exit early and maintain the value of your NFT month over month.
Yep. So I think in this case, APR and APY would be both be 60%. So
For
since there
sure.
is no compounding, the yield will be 60% and the rate is 60%. So, but yeah, I think we all get what's going on. So good question, Scott. This is not a question, but I want to bring it up anyways. AJ is the best team lead in crypto. Amazing stuff going on in the EMP ecosystem from Rob. So I
Right
want to
on,
put that up
Rob. Well,
there.
I appreciate that, brother. Again, man, we don't get it right all the time, but I can't make the promise that we're never going to give up, and I think that's very apparent in what we're doing. And just preemptively too, James, I know that we have launched some other NFTs in our ecosystem. And we get some FUD. That people say, well, what about all the money EMP has raised? Well, you have to understand, none of this money that we have raised, even through our Sentinels and our detonator defenders, all of the money raised through NFTs goes right into our protocol. So the reason that those NFTs have not had the yield that we were hoping for is because the token price of those individual assets have gone down. Well, this NFT is a completely separate and much more sustainable model where we're not relying on the health of the EMP ecosystem. If anything, it actually bolsters the EMP ecosystem. And any of you that are bullish on EMP, again, not financial advice, but picking up one of these NFTs will actually help in the success of EMP Fusion. Because again, as we build, and again, the goal is to make more than the 60% APR on the loan. Then we can actually turn that into a revenue stream for the long term.
Okay, so I like that. So, again, if you feel overexposed to EMP, because like I love EMP, but I have a lot of EMP. So,
For
like you
sure.
said, an NFT that gives you more exposure to EMP might not be what you're looking for, but this is an NFT that is not exposed to EMP at all, but it can help EMP. So, getting this NFT will actually help my EMP holdings. So that's kind of a win-win, and it makes it different than the other NFTs that you
I
guys have
love it.
launched.
Yep. Great explanation, James. For sure, brother. Yep.
Very cool. Funny Turo, will these NFTs be able to be sold on a secondary market? I don't need AJ for this one. The answer is yes.
Yeah, so again, we are very and I'll put a caveat here, James. The answer is yes, but it's in our internal market. So
Okay.
again, we're trying to maintain the value, and we don't want people to undercut the actual real collateralized value of the NFTs. So we have disabled transferring, so you can't sell it on like an NF trade or an open sea. But we will have our own secondary market. Again, it'll be ready as soon as the mint is over, and then it will calculate the floor price of those NFTs in real time, minute by minute. So again, that 5% monthly is divided out, minute by minute. And so if you do want to list your NFT, you have to list it at current market value. So we don't have anybody undercutting, and it's attractive to new investors too, because maybe they missed this initial mint, or even if they didn't, you could essentially have a 30% APR in 6 months. In 6 months from now. So again, it allows you to have a flexibility on the time frame that you're willing to hold. All the while, they're always accumulating value. And again, just to clarify, um, you're not getting paid out 5% a month. It just goes into the value of your NFT, so they increase by 5% a month. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Very cool. AJ, are you planning on using Tetra to set strategies to automate all the amazing levels of game theory you guys are creating?
I love this question. So, shout out to Crypto Ethos. Yeah, we have a great relationship with Tetra. For those of you that don't know, they're a really killer startup on Pulse Chain where they're automating smart contract interactions. So they have a really, really cool system. And the short answer is yes. I mean, we definitely are in touch with their team. Anything we can do to help automate the system is powerful. I don't think that's them, James. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's not
Yeah,
it.
that's a
Oh,
different Tetra. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, we are definitely interested in working more with them to automate things for sure.
okay. I'm trying to find the right one. Well, look it up. You guys will find. Are you sure that's not the right one?
That might
Okay.
be
Well,
them. I don't know. Yeah, I know.
okay.
It's on Pulse. Tetra on
Yeah.
Pulse. Yeah.
Okay, we'll look it up later. But yes, no, that would be very cool though. I love anytime automate is in the word, I like it. So
Totally.
again, not a question, but I like these. Nothing better than EMP. The potential is insane. So
Right on.
cool
Thanks,
to
Ian. Yeah.
yep.
Well, and
EMP's got a
again,
great
yeah.
community.
And we again, just to elaborate a little bit more here, we have rolled this out to some of our VIPs again back in April. and they didn't get in at a discount. There was all the value is transferred over directly. But we proved this concept out. Again, I can get on here and spew the track record that we've had, but the numbers don't lie, and it was really important to us that we didn't just, uh, go with some fly by night protocol that said they were trading. That we wanted to actually have a proof of concept and a real strategy on delivering the 60% APR. And again, like you said earlier, James, it's not the degen APR that we may be used to, but in the grand scheme of things, in terms of risk, it is fairly low. And again, to elaborate on that just a little more, that obviously if the crypto markets explode and USDC depegs, I mean, there are these black swan events that happen, but we've taken every precaution humanly possible to avoid that. And again, even if crypto.com were to completely go under like FTX, unless we're in a trade, an active trade on the site, those funds are held in a hardware wallet. So we always have access to those funds.
Yep, very good. Love it. This website layout, I think they mean EMP, is very similar to Chirp Finance. Any relationship with them? And I'm guessing EMP started as kind of a tomb fork, correct? And
Yeah,
so
totally.
a lot of the tomb forks are going to have a similar layout, but you don't have any relationship with Chirp. Is that correct?
Nope, no relationship with Turp. Again, the Tomb Finance model is very reminiscent of other protocols. But again, with Fusion and what we're moving towards, it will be a completely separate look and feel. We're going over a full rebrand. Even on the NFT site, you can see the new EMP logo. So that will be part of EMP Fusion. And again, we'll have a whole nother AMA. We're hoping by the end of the year that everything will be more than up and running, and we'll be able to talk about even more opportunity, James. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Look forward to it. Dripogity, shout out to AJ and the team for being solid guys in a dodgy place. Love the work. Amen.
Thank
Totally
you,
agree.
brother. Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, bro, we see all these other NFTs and DeFi protocols crumbling around us, and again, we're just here to continue to build. Like I said earlier, we may not get it right 100% every time, but we can absolutely continue to pivot and create actual opportunity everywhere we can. And again, not to sell ourselves short, we have been crushing it. I mean, EMP is still again a bit low, but SparkSwap was another part of our infrastructure. That's been killing it. It's generating yield. We now have the first pulse chain to BSC bridge. That's an actual bridge, not just a swapping contract that you have to send funds to and hope that they come out on the other side. So we're always developing, we're always building, and and as I said earlier, everything that we are building, whether it's SparkSwap, the NFTs, L1 Dex, all of those things are meant to feed EMP. So EMP will always be the mothership, and we're building these, sister protocols to make the whole ecosystem even more healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And big things coming for L1 for layer one decks.
Totally.
I met with them last week and I'm going to be partnering with them on some more stuff too. So big things coming on that side of things.
Awesome, brother. Yeah.
All right. David says, you kind of talked a little bit about this already, but maybe you can dive in a little bit deeper. But would it be too much alpha to talk more specifically about the plans to scale and how the loan will help? No better place for alpha.
Yeah, no, I love it. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, we again, any alpha I can drop on James's channel, I will. So there are a lot of things without getting too far in the weeds. EMP Fusion will be basically a real yield platform where depending on how much EMP you own and stake into the protocol. Again, I'm oversimplifying just for time purposes, but the amount of EMP you stake into EMP Fusion will directly relate to the amount of real yield that you're able to generate. And I keep saying real yield because they're actual revenue streams. It's not dependent on the price appreciation of EMP. It's only dependent on the volume and fees that we're able to make through all of our ancillary products and revenue streams. So trade yield in this account is a major part of that. So the loan, again, we're hoping to gain even way more than the 60% that we're giving. And just historically speaking, we've been able to do about double that, so about 10% monthly overall. So that spread will then be used to continue to build and feed our trading. And then again, a portion of that yield will not only go to an insurance fund to further collateralize. So the idea is that we're actually collateralized twice, so
Mhm.
that we have double the reserves um, to back everything up. And again, a portion of that will go to Fusion as yield. So, and based on the projections, a year from now, we could have over $1 million just in the trading account, not even including the treasury, and that could generate, upwards of $10,000 or more a month in pure yield for EMP Fusion. So, and one more bit of alpha. There'll be different ways to take profit on EMP Fusion, and one of those ways will be partner tokens. So we've already announced a few partner tokens that will allow you to take profit in, but we'll also have a trade yield battery, which again we're calling batteries, is how you take profit. So you can actually even DCA more into trade yield by having a trade yield battery. So there's a lot happening, brother. Again, we say it a lot. We're playing chess and not checkers. And it's even a lot to go over in an hour AMA. But please join our socials. We do twice weekly AMAs of our own. Um, again, Brian, natural, real life human trader, was on our last AMA. You can hear from him directly. He's fully doxxed. Again, all of his paperwork is legit. And I can't confirm nor deny, but he actually manages other protocol funds that a lot of you would be familiar with. So I'll leave it at that. He's been a very trusted member in the DeFi community for sure.
Yeah, you can't share alpha for other projects.
Exactly,
That's
exactly,
against the
brother.
rules. No,
Yes.
love it. This is an EMP empire that's going to the moon. I always love the EMP community. Again, always so positive, upbeat, and I think that's a good sign of leadership in the community. But I think it's going to serve EMP well going forward. So
Totally, brother. Well, and again, you hit the nail on the head because the idea is that we're creating this track record and the infrastructure that when we do have the next bull run, in a year from now or sooner, hopefully, we are primed to absorb all the market share, when interest comes back to crypto. I think we're the only ones left, James. There's not many left, brother, that actually
oh,
care about crypto for the
trust
right
me.
reasons. Yeah.
Trust me, I know. I know. Very few
Yes.
left. So finances have been tight here recently. So, and just so everybody remembers, 181 days till the Bitcoin halving. So a lot of times, bull markets we can't predict when it's going to happen exactly, but they've always been around the Bitcoin halving in some way. So could be right before, could be after, but chances are it's coming soon. So.
Totally, brother. Yeah.
Crypto Babe, I love how much alpha you guys get out of AJ on these calls. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
no doubt.
it's the charm, the red hair charm. It gets
It is.
things out of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I gotta share it all with you, James. Yes, totally, brother. I get in trouble from the team afterwards, but it's okay. It's worth
Perfect.
it. Yeah.
That's the sign of a good AMA if you get in trouble afterwards. So,
Yes.
awesome. Well, if anyone has any last minute questions, let me know. I want to just kind of recap. Two, I kind of want to tell you. So again, 60% APR. So it's 250 USDC on the Binance Smart Chain network. And you can mint as many as you want. There's no limit. If you want to put in 20K, you can do that. You probably can type. Can you type in the number? Yeah, you can type in the number. If you want to buy all of them, there's 1,849 left. You could do that. And then again, remember 60% APR, which from our degen minds, that's like, oh, that's not that good. That's only 5% a month. Why would I do something like that? But again, compared to traditional investments, like in traditional investments, I'm thrilled if I can get 15% annually. So this is going to be between the degen that we're used to and traditional investments. 60% is still 4 times a traditional investment, but it's, maybe a half of what we're used to in degen. So I would consider this kind of in the middle of those two things. And there's still some risk, like AJ said, traders can have bad stuff happen. It's something that we've seen. USDC could depeg. I mean, there are still risks. There's risks in any investment. There's no such thing as return without some level of risk. But just kind of want to help you guys think through that. And Crypto Babe says, how do we buy these? EMPbonds.com. If you have more, I'll post the link here. If you have more questions too, you can hop in Discord. They'd love to help you through, but then you just connect your wallet. Then you're going to do USDC 250 increments. You approve it first, then you will mint. The mint will be over in 8 days. There's 1,840. I mean, all the info's here. I don't even need to say it probably. And then you're able to, there'll be a market where you can put your NFT for sale if you need out early, but otherwise plan on getting your 60% in a year from November. So did I miss anything, AJ? Is that all
No,
correct?
brother, I love it. No, one more thing too, we do have a FAQ. Again, we went over pretty much everything that needed to be said on this AMA, but if you're more of a visual learner, you can go and look at all the FAQ. I think we did a great job really giving everybody a background. And again, we're as transparent as we can possibly be. All the funds collected, again, they go to our treasury. That is under a multi-sig, but the actual account that we trade with is not. Again, we have to be able to have access to the funds. I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. We have nothing to hide, but the funds do have to be moved around. And again, I said it earlier jokingly, but I'm half serious. Like, if I have my face on these bonds, I am more than confident that we are going to deliver on all this, and that again, it'll be an incredible opportunity not only for others but for the EMP ecosystem as well. So yeah, brother.
Okay. Very good. Now, do you think you'll do more if these 2,000 sell out?
Yes, that's a really good question, James. So, again, it's going to depend on the yield. So, again, trade yield is a separate protocol. We are partnered with them. Again, all the paperwork is legit. They are a true institutional account, but they also have caps of their own. So, again, they manage other funds. Again, and that's what's so cool is that you have to have $250,000 to even participate in their fund, and we're able to offer that on a fractionalized level. Again, we're not managing funds; it's a loan to the protocol, but this is how the yield is generated. And so that being said, as long as there is room, we would potentially do another raise, but it would probably be at a lesser APR. Again, this is a very special relationship that we have, and we can't guarantee that we'll have room in the future. But yeah, I mean, if we are able to raise more, we will. But the hope is that this is one of the very last things that we ever have to offer outside of EMP Fusion, because the bear market will be over. Our token prices will start recovering, and all that the flywheel really starts kicking in, and we're fully self sufficient from here on out. So that is the goal.
Okay, very good. Well, we will go ahead and wrap up there. I think that's all the details. I think we got a good feel for things here. So audience, always appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by on a Sunday afternoon. Appreciate you guys again. I can only do videos because you guys watch them. So please keep watching them, or else I can't do videos. And I like doing videos. I've got to meet people like AJ because you guys watch my videos. So thank you so much for that. And AJ, EMP team who's watching, Crypto Babe, everybody, thank you guys so much for what you do for building through the bear market, not rug pulling us, not being greedy people. And let me know if there's anything else we can do to help, and wish you best of luck.
Sounds good, James. Thank you, brother. Much love to you and your whole community. And yeah, man, we'll be back for even more updates, brother. Again, it's a monthly journey together, so we're here all the time, man. But all right, James, thanks again. Oh, I think you're muted. Were you muted,
Oh, I
James?
was muted. I
Yeah.
was making
Oh,
so many
man.
good jokes, and I was like,
Oh,
"Why is no one
bummer.
laughing at them?"
Uh,
No, I was saying I'm thinking about I should do a subscription service for EMP on AMAs
yes,
because we're gonna
totally.
keep doing them, and I hope we keep doing them in the future. So
I
thank you
love
guys
it.
so much.
Right on, brother. All
All
right.
right, take
Cheers.
care, everybody. Go Eagles tonight, playing the Dolphins in a few hours. So go Eagles. But we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.